各位专家、各位选手，大家晚上好、中午好、早上好。我们再稍等一下啊，看看陆续的还有人进来，我们先稍等2分钟。
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, all the competitors. We will wait for another 2 minutes for more competitors to enter this meeting.
我们再等2分钟之后正式开始。
We will wait another minute, and then we will begin.
好，各位专家、各位选手，大家晚上
All
好。
the competitors, all the experts, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is the second day for the training camp, and we will begin. Today, we will target it to our Module A. That is our prototyping tools, and we will give you a lecture. In the prototyping, we will use the Adobe XD. This tool is necessary for you to master and create the interface and realize the interaction. For example, you need to draw different shapes, and you need also master how to use them. For this module, we will ask our lecturer Wu Ziyuan and give you the lecture.
可以看到吗？可以看到。好。大家好，我是今天的讲解员，我叫
Hi everyone, I'm today's lecturer. I'm Wu Ziyuan. Today I'm here to introduce you about Adobe XD, about its usage and how to practice with it. Firstly, let's know about what is Adobe XD. It is a cooperative and easy to use platform that can help you to create designs for webs, mobile apps, voice interface, games, and more. Adobe XD is a one-stop UX UI design platform where users can design and make the prototype of mobile applications and web pages. At the meantime, it is also a cross-platform tool for design and combines the functions of design and prototyping with industrial-level performance. Using Adobe XD, designers can efficiently and accurately transform static compilation or framework diagram to the interactive prototypes. It is very functional tools for you to design things. Now, I'd like to introduce you some tools and interface of Adobe XD. Firstly, the select. You can use the shortcut V to select this tool. And use the select tool, you can select objects and move it. This is a default tool. Here I will show you in the Adobe XD. Firstly, we will build an artboard. This is a default tool. You can drag it and move it. You can also select some range and move it into other place. Then come to the rectangle. With the shortcut R, you can select the rectangle. You can use it to draw rectangles and then put the pictures in it. Or you can also create a button by selecting the rounded corner on the four sides. With these tools, you can press the Shift and draw a square. Pressing Alt, you can draw a rectangle from the center. If you press both of them, you can draw a square from the center. Now I will give you an example. Now we draw a rectangle and then we place a picture in it. The picture will replace what is inside this rectangle. If we press the Shift, we will draw an equal proportion square. Pressing Alt, it will be drawn from the center. If we press the both keys, it will draw a square from the center. Then we could add rounded corners to it or drop some shadow on it. Then we will give it shadow and make it more beautiful and more like the design things. Next, we come to the round tool. With the shortcut E, we could use this tool. It can draw circles, and it is mostly used to create icons, user avatars, and so on. Pressing Shift, you can draw a perfect circle. Pressing Alt, you can draw the circle from the center. If you press both keys at the same time, you can draw it from the center with the perfect shape. Now I will give you an example. When we press the shift, when we pressing the Alt, you can see the different functions of these two keys. And then we press the two keys together. Now I will show you how to build a simple logo with these tools. And this logo is to rebuild what inside this picture.
可能字体没导入，那我们先切换下一个
We
工具
don't
吧。
have this shape of this text, so we can just see a simple effect of it. Then we'll introduce you the next tool.
第四个工具
The next tool is the polygon.
我们可以通过
Using this tool,
V 切换至此工具
you could select it from the
周期为一个
keyboard with the
通过
key
右侧
Y.
面板的
You can draw the
基
polygon
数
and use the right side,
进行调整，从而调整
use the corner count in the right side and change the number of the size of this polygon.
的 Shift 的时候可以
Pressing Shift, you can draw a polygon
按住
in the equal scale or the equal proportion.
多边
And if you pressing the Alt, you could draw the polygon from the center.
是一个等比例的多边形。
Then we can, if we want to build a polygon with equal proportion and from the center, we should press the two keys altogether.
当按住 Shift 的时候，
That is what we do when we press the Shift.
当按住 Alt 的时候，
That is what we press the Alt.
当两个同时按住的时候，
And that is what it is when we press the two keys together.
旁边这里角
And that is the where we can change the different numbers of the sides.
然后效果就是这样。
That is the effect.
下一个工具，
The next tool is a line.
工具五，线，我们可以通过
Using
键盘
this
大写 L
tool,
切换至此工具。这工具用
you
作
could
绘线
press the L on the
该工具
keyboard. It can
按
use to
住
draw straight
键盘
lines.
Shift 的时候，
Pressing the
通过
shift,
鼠标调整可往8个
you
方向
could
切
adjust
切
the
换
line
直
with
线
your mouse
按住
in
Alt
eight
的时候，
in eight
从中
directions.
心开始向
When
右
you
指
press
指
the
定
Alt,
至直线。当
you can
指
draw
向两
a
个
line
同时
with
按住的
equal
时候，
proportion.
鼠标
If
可
you
以
press the
用
two
鼠标
keys
调整
together, you could
往8个固定方向
alter this
从中心
line
开始
in 8
把标
directions
指定
from
位
the
置。
center.
下面我将为大家展示一下。
Now I will show you how to do that.
当按住 Shift 的时候，
That is what we do when we press the shift.
往8个方向固定。然后当按住
There are 8 directions, and that is what we do when we press the Alt.
当2个同时按住的时候，
When we press the two keys together, that is the effect.
下一个工具，工具
Next
钢笔，
is
我
pen.
们可以通过键盘大写 P 切换至
With
此
the
这个工具
capital
通常
key,
用于
with the
绘制
capital
曲
P,
线，
we could use
可以
this
通
tool.
过
This
键与
tool
旋
can
键
draw
连接
curves
做
and
出一个
also
奇怪的图
connect lines to form a
下一个
wonderful
工具
shape.
按住 Shift 的时候，
Pressing
通
shift
过鼠标调整位置，可
with
往
your
8个
mouth,
固定方向绘制
you
直线。
could draw your lines
下面
from
我将为大
8
家展
fixed
示一下。
direction. Now I will give you an example.
当按住
That is what we do when we press the shift.
我们也可以将其连起来，
We can also connect different lines and points together with this tool.
变成一个
Then
变成一
it
个图形。
becomes a different shape.
好，下一个工具，
Next tool
工具7文本，我们
is
可以
the
通
text.
过键盘大写 T 切
With
换
the
至此
capital
工具。
T, we could
这
use
个
this
略
tool.
是比较常用的一个工具。
That
用于
is one
测
of
量
the
文
most
本，
commonly
可
used
以
tools
通过
in
预
the
测
Adobe
面
XD.
板中的
You can choose
对文
the
本进行
different
样式的
text
一个
in
修
the
改。
right panel and change the different shapes in the right
好，下
panel.
面我为大家展示一下。
Next, I will show you an example.
"然后下一个工具
Next tool
画布，
is
我们可
the
以通过
artboard.
键盘大写 A 切换至
Using the capital A, we
工
could
具
use this tool.
点击后可利用鼠标
When
输
we
出
use
定
this
向的
tool,
画布，
and we
或者
can
从
customize the size
从
of this
右侧
canvas,
右侧
or
侧边栏
we
选
can
择
choose
常见热门的画
the sidebars and choose the commonly used heights and the widths.
我为大家展示一下，
I will show you then.
这是自定义
That is a customized artboard. It is in the bottom of the sidebar. There are fixed size. The last tool is the zoom. With the capital Z, we could use this tool. It can be used for the zooming in and zooming out. Apart from it, we can also click the upper navigation bar to find more functions related to zoom. And then we could fully explore its function. I will show you how to do that. Then that is the functions of the 9 tools. Then I will introduce you the functions in the right panel. Firstly, the different icons on the top. That is what we can do when we put this word in different positions. You can see you can put your icons or your words in different positions. Then the copy. You can copy the different grid. When you drag it, you can copy more of your designs from different directions. In the center, we could control the different distance of what you copied. When we remove this function, all of what we copied has shown up. Next, next panel is to adjust the height and the weight, as well as the different positions and the rotating degrees. Firstly, we will draw a shape. In here, we can adjust its width and heights. We can also use the lock to fix what we have designed before. In the right, the X and Y remains to the different position of this image, especially in this canvas. This is the rotating degree. We can click this icon, and then we will have a 3D model. We can revert it in 3 dimension. Then we will add
这个是
the horizontal and the
水平的，
vertical
然后
scroll
这个
of
是垂
this
直滚动，然后这个是水平的
of
垂
your
直滚动的
image.
一个滚动条，然后效果我们
That is the scroll
尝
bar,
试一下，
and we can see the effect of it.
内容复制更多，
Firstly, we copy what we have designed before,
我们
and
Ctrl
we remove this function
键盘 Ctrl G 将它合为一个组，
with the control key.
然
We
后
will
点
make it as a group
下面
and click this
先是
function.
中间这个虚框是一个显，
In
这
the
个就是
center, we can see this
出场
frame.
的一个显示的一个范围，
That
就
is
是
what
将它显示为
that is the
这个位
range
置，
defaulted.
然后在桌面预览的时候就可以对其
When we
进
see
行
it,
这么一
we
个
can
调整，
see this image scroll from side to side.
垂直，
That is the vertical.
就大概是这么一个效果。然后这里
That is the simple effect I have
这
just
个
shown
水
you.
平同时使用的时候，我们
The
可以
vertical and the horizontal effect, if we use them both, and I will show you the effect. You can scroll them up and down and side to side.
就大概是这么一个效果。
That is a simple sample for you to show the cases.
然后下面这个
Then
test 就是文本，可以
the
对我
test
们
function,
对我们创建出来的文本进行一个文本的一
we
个
can
一个演
further
示的一个
design
调
what
整。
we have typed.
好，这一个是调节字体，
That is what we do to the
然后这个
typeface.
是文本的大小，
That is the size.
然后这个是文本的一个粗细。诶，
That is the different line size of this word.
好，下面这一个是文本的一个字符的一个间距，
This is the different
可以
directions of different characters.
字符的一个间
If
距。
we enlarge that, that is the effect.
好，这里是行高，
That is the different heights between different lines.
然后这里是
Then
段高，
is the
这个
height
段高
between
只是在
different
刚刚空格这里
paragraph.
已经是出现了一个段落，所以可以直接进行一个调整。
We can adjust it when we have different paragraph.
就是这样的一个效果。
That is the effect.
然后下面这里是一个文本的一个对齐的一个方式。
This
这个
is a
是
lineup
向左对
function.
齐，然后这个
This
是
is
向
line up
这个是
from
向
the
右对齐，
left,
然后
center,
右边
and
这里是一
right.
个它的这一
In the
个
right part, we
框
can
框
see
的一个宽度自适
this
应、
is
高度自适应，还有固定
how we
固定
adjust this frame.
它可以进行一个调整。
We can change it.
然后下面这里是全大写的一个按钮，
That is
然后这个
what
是
we
全小写，
can do if we can capital them or discapital them.
进行测试。
This is the title. This is capitalized for the title. With this button, we can zoom in or zoom out them or cross it. Next is the transparency or opacity of these words. That is a different color. And it won't affect the text what we have done. That is the color. Here we can add borders to the text. If we zoom in, we can see the borders on this text. That is the size for this frame or the border. That is the effect. We can also adjust the different corner of this text. That is the slope, or we can say the round corner for it. At the bottom, we can see the different shadow. This is the inner shadow. We can edit it and see the effect. We can see there is a shadow inside of the text, like they are deeply in the ground. That is the shadow outside. That is the different size of this shadow. Adjust this function, we could see the different positions of the shadow. Then you will have the shadow effect. Next is the blur function. First one is the background blur. It won't do anything to your test. Object blur is to blur what you can see. It is one of the most commonly used function in this part. That is the main interface for you to use. Next is about the prototype. We will do some interact animations for it. I will make a layout. I will copy what I have done. That is a simple effect. That is the different approach for us to trigger this effect. You can see the drag time, keys, and different voice, and so on. Let's try the tab. It's about the different approach of animation. We choose the auto animate. Then that is the effect. And we can see how we return it. That is a simple case. to show how we do the animation.
然后它也除了对
Then
页面添加动画，我们也可以对一
we
个
can say apart from adding animations to the page,
为组件
we can
制作一
also
个动画。
add animations to different images or components for what we have designed.
页面的一个跳转或者
It can
别的
be
页面的一个
used to the page
静态
redirection,
一个静态的一个动画的一个效果。
or we can
就大
do
概
some
是这样。
static
然
effect,
后
use
接下来
this
我会
function.
将还原
Next,
下面
I will rebuild
页面，
a page in this
按
material
下叉 D
and show you
操
how to do
一
that
个设计的
with
一个过程。
Adobe XD and how to use Adobe XD to design something in practice.
我的 logo
Firstly, I will draw a logo.
"首先是一个引导页的一个
Firstly,
引导
the
页的一个
guiding
制作。
page.
那当然我们也要还原一下这个
Of course, we will
还原一下这个
rebuild
logo
the icon.
logo 的话
大家稍等一下，可能掉线了。
Please wait for a moment. The lectures may be offline. You can take a rest. Please wait for a moment. The lecture is offline. Please wait for a moment. Excuse me.
我们给这个资源一点时间准备时间，他可能刚刚重新开机又
Now you can take a rest because the lecturer needs to open his computer once again. Just before now, he introduced you some basic knowledge about Adobe X in Model A. Please pay attention how to set this. For example, we will ask you to do specific typeface or give it a framework. Or it will ask you to do some prototypes, including buttons with rounded corners. Please make sure you are staying in line with what required in the task. Then you will get a higher score. For this module, please pay attention. We have the time limitation, so need to finish your project within the time limit, and don't just ask for perfect. The time limit is still important. Now we will have the expert back. We will continue to rebuild the page. By rebuild the page, I will show you how to use different tools in Adobe XD and its specific progress. Firstly, we place the pictures in the canvas and make it as a background. Then we select it and added the object blur for the picture. Then we will have the blur effect. Then we got a blurred background. Then we will place the logo. Please pay attention. Don't directly put it on the background, or it will replace your background. Then, with the auxiliary lines, we will adjust the place of this logo. We can make it larger.
再插入我们的文本。
Then we will type in the text. Using what inside the right panel, we could adjust the different colors and its size. With the auxiliary line, we could place it in different position. And then we could make the line much more wilder. And we can also choose different typeface to make it more beautiful. That is. Then we will adjust the size of this text. When we adjust the size, it could change its different position. We could line up in the center and then change the different size of this type. Then the text won't move its position. It will still remain at the center.
Mm. 然后再为引导页添加一个
We will add
页面当前页面的一个小
an animation effect, especially the icon for this guiding page. This point, we can be drawn with the circle tool. Well, we will make it smaller.
然后在这边
Then
当前页
in
面
the
可
right
以增
side,
加一个冲，然后将它的边框也调成白色，
we will
然后
make
可
a
以
framework
看到
in
的
here
页面就把边框去掉，这样边框变成白色，
and change a different
这
framework
样就
when
有
we
一个
redirect this page.
小点在下面，然后我们再将页面进行
Hereby, we can add a small point in here. Then we will copy this page
切换下一个页面，
and make it to redirect in another page.
然后这里我们可以直接拖动
In here, we
这个
can
小
directly
图，
drag
然后
the
对准后
material
面的背景图，
and
然后
targeted
给
it
它
on
做
the
一个
background.
替换掉，
Then it will automatically
将
replace the
里面的
background.
一个文本进行一个
Then we will
色化，
change the text in this page.
然后将下面的圆点进行
Then
一个颜色的填充，
we will fill in the colors of
去掉
this
它的
small
填充，
point and remove the
然后
color
我们在
in the first circle.
用矩形工具
At the
画出
bottom,
一个
we use the rectangle tool
长方形，将其进行对齐，
and line up it.
然后调整它的一个颜色，
Then we change its color.
去掉边框， 然后我
We
们
will
可以通
remove the
过
framework
矩形的中
using
四边
the
颜色，
rectangle
可以
tool
进行一个圆角的一个调整，也可以通过
and with
色号
the anchor point,
进行一
we
个
can change the different
更详细的一
degrees
个
of
传
this
送的一个调
corner.
整，也可
And
以
in the
点
right
击
panel, we
添
could
加
also
对每一
adjust
角
the
进行一
property
个细调，
and make it to be more details in different
然后我
numbers
们
and
可
different
以通
degrees
过
of this corner. We can
快
also
速 ALT
press
按住
this
键盘上的
anchor
ALT，
point
对单一个角进行一个细
and
调，
or press the Alt key to change to change one specific corner. That is the effect what we do with the Alt key.
按钮中间添加一个文本，
Then we will type something inside this
这样
rectangle. We will line up in the center and make the typeface smaller. Then we have finished 2 guiding pages.
通过在原型这边对引导页进行一个动画的一个
In the
调整，
prototype,
点击
we
到
will
这个
add
引导
animation
的一个页
effect
面，
to the 2 guiding
这边给
page.
它增加一个
We will add
动画，
an animations to this small circle.
给它添加一个左滑，
Now I added the slide left effect.
然后就有一个左滑的一个效果。
Then we can see the effect.
这边也可以添加一个右滑，
Here we can also add a slide right effect,
画板添加一个
or we can add animation effect to the artboard.
效果。 有这样的一个动画效果。
That is what we have done with the animation effect.
接下来我们
Next,
完成下面
we will continue to make the next page.
先是登录页
The login page.
通过画板工具
With the artboard, we added a different canvas.
然后通过多边形
Then
工具
we
制
use
作一
the
个
polygon
斜
tool
边的一个三角形
to make a triangular on the top.
这个多边形工具还有一个功能，可以通过点击
The
直接按这
polygon
一个按钮
has
把整个按钮
another
弄成一个
effect. Yes, you can see the anchor point and then change it into different shape and different image.
这里也是可以调
It
节
will also do to
在
the
拿到旁
corner.
边的时候，它就会变成一个圆
When
形
it put into the center, it becomes a circle.
非常抱歉，非常抱歉，因为我们这个
I feel terribly sorry for that because the experts have some difficulties in his computer because he suddenly pressed the electronic button and then his computer is starting again. So please wait for a moment. I feel terribly sorry.
接着刚才的这个来讲吧。我们
I will continue what I said before. In the model A,
要保证我们的这个美观
we need to make sure this page is beautiful and you need also deliver it in time.
模块是比较大的，你要通过
Because Model A accounts for a large part of your scoring, so you need to be in line with what you are required to do in the task.
页面吧，
And you also need to finish all the pages within the time limitation.
尽量的能够达到这个先把
You need to try your best
做出来，
to make all these pages
的分数都拿到，我们再去
and make sure you can get all the
出来去整理我们
objective scores. Then you can pursue for higher scores in the subjective
把
scores.
它做得更漂亮，对不对？
For example, you could make the button more
只能做完的，
beautiful for
在
the
你的
look,
这个量上再去
but the principle is to finish what you have asked in the task and then make the whole pictures
这个模块
more
可能
complete.
关注的几个点，就是
We will focus the
要
following
绘
points.
制一些
Firstly,
图，比如说
you need to draw some image,
对不对？里面的扇形
like the pie,
怎么去做，这也是我们需要关注的一个点。
what you have done to the components of the pie picture,
Adobe XD
and the bar picture, the bar charter. How did you do the bar charter with Adobe XD?
XD 还需要注意的，我们的就是
Adobe XD
动画
has some different animation effect.
我们
This is an important part for you to get higher score.
这都是你的加分
For
项。
example, the different sliding effects,
但是呢，
they are also accounting for a large part of your scoring.
比较高的，所以说
In this part, you will have a larger part of subjective
做一下，尽量
measurement
它
So you need to make your animation more eye-catching and more attractive for the judging panel.
然后呢，我们再讲一下，如果你做完
Then,
这个 XD 之后，不要
if you
去
finish
不要
the
去
Adobe
这个
XD,
将这个 XD 导成我们的 PNG 的图片，不要去导成格
please
式。
don't make it
我们
as a
要求的是
picture.
你将这个 XD 原 XD 原文件
We
都
ask
导
you
到
to make
让
the
我们
Adobe
的这个
XD
上面
to
服务器，
save
不是说把这个导成
and
导成
upload
这
it
个
into our server.
PNG 的图片啊，一个素材
Please
一个图
don't
片
make it as a
不是
PNG
而是
picture.
要看的是你的整体的这个效果，我们会将它运行起来。
We
以及开始
valued
然后
your
呢，
work
把你
as
的
the
动画效果
overall
尽量的
effect,
看一下你的
including the
视频
animation,
大家要注意，
the different
这是一
components.
个一点。
That is some
然后
notifications for you.
我看一下群，刚才有人提出问题，我来先来看一下。稍等一下，我先看一下这个选手提出来的问题，这在哪儿呢？在这个
Adobe XD 是一个收费软件，请问您会提供它的免费版本吗？或者说是您会提供它吗？
我看一下啊。好，我们看一下刚才这个选手提出的问题，说 Adobe XD 和Adobe Photoshop 是付费软件，那么是否由我们提供？这个呢，我们是不提供的。
For this question, we won't provide you the Adobe XD.
我们的试用版，这个软件是有
You
试用
can,
版的，
but we will
提供
provide
提
you
供试用版
a
进行
trial
使用，
version of Adobe
30
XD.
天，或者是有的是30
You
天，
will
有的是
have
7
30
天
days to use it or 7 days to use it free.
好，我们再看下一个问题，
Next question.
好像没有。
Oh, I say no more new question.
看一下。针对于这个江苏安全的老师来说，我们
For this question,
提供的是试用版，一旦不能使用了之后呢，
if you
4天
provided
进行重新安装。
the trial versions for this competition, yes, we will provide you the trial versions of these softwares, including the offline competition and the online competition.
的时候，我们也是提供一个试用版的进行使用。
In the competitions in Xiamen, we will provide our competitors with the trial versions of Adobe XD.
好，大家我们先中途聊一下，看一下其他的选手针对于这个模块。
Then we will have some free chat. Did you have some questions?
.好，我们的专家上线了，我们来接着讲解我的模块。
The lecture is back. We will continue our lesson.
好，我们将继续
We will continue to do the page.
然后关于上面这个斜角的话，在这个
For the triangle, for the triangle,
通过使用钢笔进行一个实现。
it's difficult to use a polygon to finish this part, so we use a pen tool.
拉一根直线。
Firstly, we will draw a straight line.
嗯，
他正在重启软件，刚才钢笔工具卡住了。
The lecture is restart the Adobe XD.
因为他现在在隔离点，因为可能条件
Now he's in the quarantine site, so there is a limited conditions for him to give you the lecture. So I must ask you to understand that. Thank you.
刚刚的内容因为软件卡死了，所以无法保存。
Sorry for
内容就我们
what
就直接跳过。
happened before because
我们
the
继续把这一个页面
software
简单
shut
的
down
内容给
before.
完
So
下面的页面
what
其实和这个页面
what
是
have
一
we
样
have
的。
done before
然后我再
didn't
解释一
save.
下这个
I will just continue from this page and we will continue to do what we have stopped it. And those who didn't save won't be done again.
喂，画不了了。我们就画出一个斜边。
Then we will have a slope here.
将它的边框去掉。
Then we will remove its
随
frame.
机的颜色，
We will choose a random
然
color
后也可以通过
or
拿图片进行一个对颜色的一个拾取。
we can also select the color from the original picture.
Oh. 将这一个形状
Then
复制。
we will copy this shape.
Hmm? 旋转。
Then we rotate it.
然后再将我们的素材图
Then
片投入到可以将我
we
们
place a picture
的
in
描
it.
绘放在了第一位。我们可以通过
Hereby we can
做手
see
将其拖到
we can change the different layers of this picture.
然后我们再 调整它的一个位置。
and change the position of this background.
然后我们给背景图片一个
Then we
色
added
调模糊。
the blur effect to this background. Now we use the objective blur function.
然后再把我们 logo 放进去。
Then we place our logo inside it.
那这样就已经实现了
Then
效果。然后可以
we
将我们的
mostly finish the upper part.
背景颜色直接设置为与这里的颜色一致。
The color of the
这里会出现一个问
background,
题，就是
we designed
因
it
为它
to be the
上色的
same
时候
of
它的
this
一个边
triangle.
角会薄
Because
出
of
来，
the
会
objective
多出
blur,
一点，
we can see there is an edge
所以
in
需
here.
要进行一个
Then we need to
细
fix
节
that.
细节的一个，
The detail is also important.
可以直接用一个矩形将其覆盖
Using the rectangle tool, we could cover this edge.
然后再将
Then
内容合成一个
we
图，
place
然后
the
和
content
文本
in this picture.
然后就到了文本，
It comes to the text part.
这里使用一下加粗，
Hereby we use the bold effect.
然后下面我们实现
Then
输入框，
we will add the enter framework here.
让背景颜色去掉，
We will remove its background color
颜色添加一个边框
and pick up the color, then
边框加粗，
customize the colors on the frame. Border this framework.
然后圆角
And give the round corner to this framework.
往中间补充一个文本，
Then we put text in it.
加粗，
Bold it.
然后通过直线在中间
Then we draw the straight line.
充一个提示的文本。
And then we will type in the notification in here.
调整大小，
And change the size of it.
用颜色调为灰色。
And change the color into gray.
然后我们再将
Then
这一整个内容
we will copy this group
组合起来，然后通过使用这个复制
all together with the repeat
复制一
grid.
个出来，取消。我们也可以通过这里中间把它的一个
Then we adjust the different distance in
调
here.
整。然后再修改里面的文本。
Then what we need to do is type in different
文本的一
words.
个对齐方式改为居中，不然
Now
它
we
就会
change the lineup as the center,
超出
or
范围。
it will surplus the frame, and that is not beautiful.
然后在它的右下方添加
In the in the bottom right, we will add a notification here,
文本的那个对齐方式选为
and we will change the lineup
然后它的文本就会向
to be the right lineup.
进行一个输入。
So we can type in the notice here.
啊，好，下面我们再把
Then
按
we will draw another rectangle.
将背景颜色去掉，
Remove its background color and added a frame
颜色
here.
可以直接在 logo
Pick up
直接
the
设
color
边框的一个宽度，
and change the
再加一
different
个
size of this frame. Added the round corner in here.
选择文本居中，
Now we will choose the lineup in the center
会
so that the position of the text won't be changed.
然后在输入完后要将文本再一次进行一个居中，
When we finish the typing, we need to adjust this text again.
很凑，去合成一个组，然后将
And
其配
then
置
we will make it as a group and copy the group together.
修改，
Change the different word in here, and then we get different framework.
然后这样我们的一个页面就已经完成。
Hereby, we finish this page.
然后下一个页面是一个注册页
Next
的话
page
我们是可以
is a
直接将
registration
此
page.
页面进行复制，然后修改里面的内容。
We can copy this page and change some of its functions or some of the components here.
对齐的方式改为
Firstly, we need to change the lineup function to be the right lineup.
然后删除，这一个不用
And then
从下面删除，让这个
delete
放到
some
下
of the
面
component not necessary for here and put the forgot password at the
然后
bottom.
将这个密码的一个框复制多一个出来，
Then we copy the password box
这
here.
个是确认密码的一个框。
This is to ensure your password is right and not random.
我们可以通过键盘的上下键、上
Then
下左右键对它
use
进行
the up
分析。
and low arrows, we could adjust this position in details.
我们的第二个页面就完成。
The second page is finished.
它的一个点距，
The distance is not perfect yet.
然后第三个页面是
Then the third page.
第三个页面是一个注册用户之后的一个用户数据的一个
The third page is
一个
to
图
collect
形，
the
然后我们
data
也是将
of
每一个
users
页
after
面
they
进行
registered the account.
修改里面的内容。
Still, we copy the page we did before and change some of its component here.
Oh, 抱歉，刚刚这边因为这边网络不太好。
Sorry about the poor connection of internet.
然后我们继续还原。
We will continue to do that. We could make the size of the test larger.
将上面两个框
And then
进行一个删除。
we will delete the first two framework
下面
here
有一个退回的一个
and
修改
change the different
我们可以
words
改
here.
居中，不然它的位置就会
We will change the lineup function as the center, or it will move its place.
是没有的。我们这个按钮有需要修改。
We need to change some of its content here.
然后这里的一个头像的
Then
话是
the avatar for users, we could use this
头像的
function,
话，我们是使用一个圆画圆
the
的
circle
工具
function.
按住我们的 Shift，
Press the
在
shift
一个比较合适的位置，这样去
and
拉
we
出
will
正
draw a circle in appropriate position.
然后你可以选择将边框去掉，也可以选择不把边框去掉。
You could
然后
choose
再
to
拿出
keep
这个
the
素颜
frame
图，我
or
们直接将
not,
我们的素材图
and then
拖到这个
put the material here.
形上面，松开，然后
Then
这个
release
头像的一
the
个
mouse button.
这
Then
个
we
作业就已
finish
经完成了。
the
然后我
avatar
们再将
frame.
我们的按钮复制一
Then
份，
we will copy the button here.
可以直接进行拉伸的一个调整。
And change the different lengths here, and then we have the button.
好，这样页面就大致
Here
上的一个完成。
we finish the
然后我们
pages.
也可以给它进行一个圆形的
We
一个
can also design the
动
prototype
画
here
的一个添加。
and added more animation effects
这
here.
个注册页，选中这个按
For
钮，
example, in the
选中它的这
registration
个
page,
小箭头到注册
and
页，
we can change the arrow.
哦，在我们的右边可以选择一些
In the right panel, we can see the different animation effect.
动画。 先将这一个图片上去，
And then we will put a picture here. Oh, we will remove the material picture from this artboard.
然后我们再给这一个有一个退回的一个动
Then
画。
we will add an animation effect for the go back.
好，这里也是往前进行动画。 然后我们的这
And
个
then we will add more animation effect here and show the effect.
就大概是这样的一个效果。
That is the simple case I have just shown you.
然后我今天对
Today,
Adobe XD 的一个操作
I
一个简
give
单
you
的
a
一个
lecture about Adobe
在
XD
就讲解就到此
and
结束。
show you how to practice with this tool.
好，谢谢子阳的讲解。这就是
Thank
我们
you
Adobe
for
2
what you have
这
told us.
个
This
工
is
具
what
和
we
这
have
个
used
使用。
in the first
然后
model
呢，大家
at
针对
Adobe
于这个
XD.
模块的一个基
For
本的
this
还有什么问题
model,
吗？
did you have
如果
more
没有问题的
questions?
话，可以从聊天框里进行一个聊天，我们
And
回答解答
you
一下
can type in your question in the chat and we will discuss it.
好，可能大家针对于这个模块可能
Maybe
熟悉了，这个
you
模块
are
相对
familiar with
来
this
看
model.
呢可能是比较容易的，相对来说
This
比较容
is
易
the
的。
easy part for the app
嗯，
development.
这个模块我
So
们今天就
in
讲
this
到这里。
part,
明天呢，
we
我们
have
会针
finished
对
the
开发，
lecture.
开
Tomorrow,
发的话
we
就是
will
第
focus
一个
on
是
the
这块，第一个是界面
development.
实现，第二个是
Firstly,
后台开
the
发，第三个
interface
是功
implementation.
能开发平台的
Secondly,
这
the
4个模块
function
我们定期来
development
给大家
on
讲解。
mobile.
针对于开
Thirdly,
发
the
的一
function
个
development
实
on
现，
tablet.
包括了
For
我
these
们
three
在
parts, we will
我
give
们的
you
这
the
个平台
detailed
怎么
lecture.
去使用我们的编辑代码
In
去
these
实现
parts,
我
we
们
will
的
also tell you how to make
我们
layout
的 API 接
and
口，
how
另外
to
呢，
ask
具体
for
提
the
供一些
API
第第
interface
三方
and how to
这个
return
工具。
the
同时
data.
呢，我们是通过一个案例来给大家进行讲
We
解。
will also
好，
give
那
you
么
the
我们今天
showcase
第二天
to
的
tell you
这
the
个
details
内
of
容
our
我们就到
computations
此
requirement.
为止了。好，谢谢大家。
Hereby, we
明天
just
再见。
finished this training camp. Thank you all.